Yo, 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 yo. I'm here to talk about Dragon Ball FighterZ versus Sparking Zero. And I'm not talking about gameplay. I'm not here to talk about any gameplay aspects at all. Only how these games look visually. Because I was on Twitter the other day, I saw some people disrespect DBFZ. And also in this video, I'm gonna say DBFZ for FighterZ, and I'm just gonna say Sparking Zero. First slide right here, as you see. Look at this disrespect I saw on Twitter. 29,000. I mean, the first one doesn't seem that disrespectful. It's saying, this is what it says. I always thought FighterZ and Sparking Zero were pretty close in visuals until I looked at them side by side, and good God, it's not even close. Ain't? Wait, no, that is pretty disrespectful. Now that I'm thinking about it, that is pretty disrespectful. It's not even close. What? And then I went in the comments, and he's defending his point. He goes as far as to say FighterZ looks like a mobile game next to Sparking Zero. I don't know what to tell you, man. The difference in polling count alone is insane. And in the under this tweet, I was seeing like mixed answers. People were agreeing with him. Some people were saying DBFZ looks better. When I was done looking at these comments, I was like, is this rage bait? And I just realized that while I was writing like the script kind of thing, not a script, but like writing my little note, my little bullet points. Is this rage bait? But in this video, I'm gonna take this as if it were serious. So I think it's okay to think that Sparking Zero looks better. I think it's just personal. I think it has to be personal preference though, because I personally think FighterZ looks so much better. Like just looking at the screenshots provided, and these screenshots that he used to make his point that Sparking Zero looks better, I think DBFZ looks better. Like the models, like just so much better. I don't know, just something about Sparking Zero looks, some of the models look a little off sometimes to me. Not always, but just sometimes they look a little weird. Like in the intro post to Trunks, he's like doing something, like he like pulls out his sword and he just looks weird. But am I just tripping? Does DBFZ not look better? I don't know. And I like how the colors too. I like how Super Saiyan looks, like the color looks lighter on the left with Trunks compared to how more yellow it looks. Next slide is this even a fair comparison? To compare like different art styles, different animation. On the left, we have DBFZ, made by Arc System Works, which is, they make so many fighting games that are 2.5D, and they make them look so beautiful. And then we have Spike Chunsoft. So Spike Chunsoft, they're called just Spike, but they merge with Spike Chunsoft. They make a ton of anime games like Danganronpa. Did I say that right? I don't know. And FighterZ, when I look at that game, when I look at it, literally everything looks good to me. Like every single character looks so polished. It looks so beautiful. And that's what I'm saying, is this even a fair comparison? Because Sparking Zero doesn't always look good with every single character, because there's so many. There's literally, so I don't know how much the count is. I know it's 180. I see 180. I don't know, but it's 182 when I looked it up. That's what it said. But yeah, Sparking Zero has twice the size of the roster, more than twice the size of the roster, being 182, and then Dragon Ball or DBFZ is only 44 at the end with all the DLC, and there's no more DLC coming out, so it ended with 44. And Sparking Zero says more time. The game just came out, so they're gonna have more characters as time goes on. But that's why I think the comparison isn't even fair, because Arc System Works is just goated, and they bake every single character. And you can't really do that with Sparking Zero because there's so many characters. You have to like make so many of them. I do give credit to Sparking Zero though, because I watched a video. I was watching Maximilian. He was doing the Wraith Super on Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. They do so many different Kamehameha supers, and they changed it up every single. I applaud them, to be honest. They made every super look different somehow, and I think that's hard to make so many different ones. But hey, ups to them for doing that. Bias, I'm British, I don't know. At the end of the day, I personally think DBFZ looks a lot better than Sparking Zero. But is this just my like bias or personal preference? But I'm gonna go into why in this next slide right here. This is why I think FighterZ looks better. And I'm gonna compare some supers later on, and like just compare like straight up DBFZ's supers and Sparking Zero supers. But I think it's a matter of FighterZ being 2.5D versus Sparking Zero being 3D, completely 3D. So FighterZ, I watched a whole video, in-depth video on the art of Arc System Works. It's a great video. I'll link it. But yeah, DBFZ is 2.5D with having 3D models, but still looking 2D at the same time. It's pretty ridiculous, and it's really hard to do, and you don't really see anybody else tackle this animation style. Only Arc System Works is really the one doing it. So that's why, so I don't know if it's a personal preference, like if me, like is it just me that I like 2.5D more than 3D? But I think it is, because one time I was streaming Sparking Zero, and then I was just talking about, I was comparing it already too. I was like, I think DBFZ looks better. Like, I think it actually looks better. And then I had some friends in the chat, they're saying how DBFZ looks choppy. But I was like, that's like the point, like they're making it look like if it were hand-drawn animation. Just like how Spider-Verse it looks a little choppy. It's like, that's the point, you know, it's intentional and it gives a character to me. But to them, they're saying it looks choppy. I'm like, really? I don't know. That's kind of blasphemy if you tell them. Why did I sound so loud? That was blasphemy. That was blasphemy. So I was watching that video by New Frame Plus, as I was saying, and that guy's an animator and he was explaining it. The reason DBFZ looks so good is because they're replicating that hand-drawn anime look, and they do that by approaching animation the way a 2D animator would. And it's just like, so every frame in DBFZ is like, it could be a drawing. So if you pause it, it'll look good. It'll look so good. But if you do that with just Sparking Zero, it'll look a little weird because they're fully 3D and they just use keyframes. Some frames will look really good though on pause, but like the in-betweens to get one keyframe to the other, it'll look a little weird sometimes because that's just the computer doing it, and it's not someone hand drawing or hand animating every single frame like DBFZ. So DBFZ, like if you're going from like your punch, if you're like wide in the back and then going to actually hit somebody, they're animating every single frame that it gets to get, not every single frame, they're animating every frame from you winding it back to you punching him, which is really, like, that's why it looks so nice to me, and it just looks so cool. And I'm not saying that Sparking Zero looks bad. Like I said, I think some models do look weird a little sometimes to me. I don't know why. They just look a little off to me sometimes. Like sometimes the head looks a little too big on some characters, especially in some supers. Like since there is so many characters, some supers don't look that good all the time. Like I really wanted to play Videl in Sparking Zero because I played her in DBFZ, so I was like, I really want to play Videl because I think it'll be funny playing Videl and then going against Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Broly and like winning. But she looks like she's kind of super lame. Like all her supers look whack. I think she would play fine, but I just didn't like how the supers looked that she had. So I was like, I really like how they look in DBFZ. I'm gonna compare that because I feel like that's a character that's like, that doesn't look good in Sparking Zero. But Sparking Zero, I think, looks at its best when you're just fighting. Like it really feels like, and also when you're playing it, like it just really feels like you're in Dragon Ball. The way people are vanishing, the way you can like Dragon Dash, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can just Dragon Dash behind somebody. It just looks so nice. I don't think it's at its best in some of the supers. Sometimes it does look really good, but in some supers it just looks really off and weird. And I think the last point to why Dragon Ball FighterZ looks so good is, I think, like the direction. In DBFZ, everything's like more expressive and like so much more dynamic. But I think that might be the fact that they do that approach of 2D animation. So like they like exaggerate certain things, and every shot has intention, like every single thing, because it takes so much work that they have to make sure that like every frame has to have some sort of intention to it. And also the way like everything has impact. And some probably fall short. When you see a super in Dragon Ball FighterZ, there's like a big payoff, especially if you like finish them off with the super. You see, oh, like sometimes it zooms out into the planet and it just shows you like, oh damn, like you really like smoked this motherfucker. And then Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, that doesn't really happen sometimes in the supers. I think there was one super. I might try to put it up right now. If I find it. But I was watching when I was seeing all the supers in Sparking Zero. The camera was fucking going crazy. It was going up, going down, zooming in, going crazy. It was going crazy. It's like I didn't really know what it was doing. It looked, the camera work looked confused there. Or I was watching a comparison video between FighterZ supers and Sparking Zero supers. Like sometimes the beams of the Kamehameha look like super small in Sparking Zero, but in DBFZ they're like massive. UI super, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna be showing it. Like it looks so massive. It's like breaking everything. Like it goes through the UI of like health bars in DBFZ. They just look absolutely massive. It's super exaggerated. I don't know. It's just DBFZ. Everything about it to me looks so much better than Sparking Zero. And now I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna go into both games. We're gonna start with basic Goku because both have the Kaioken super. All right. I've been trying to figure out how to use this super for the I never played Goku. Okay, here we go. So this is Kaioken in DBFZ, and you have to actually press the inputs. I thought you just did it and it just did it, but you have to actually press certain inputs. But okay, here we go. But look at that. The angle, the way the beam just looks massive. It looks so sick. I think he has Kaioken attack right here. Let's see it. Alright, similar concept, just like going around him. It's like a little less more dynamic. I don't know. It looks pretty cool. It doesn't look bad. It just doesn't have the finisher though. Let's try Gohan now. Okay. Leave my dad alone. They're actually both like ultimate supers. I think it's, yeah. Okay, here we go. I'm pretty sure you can hold, like you can hold and spend more meter. Let me go full screen. This looks better full screen. Look at the angle, the way it just like warps around him. And I'm just starting it. Ah! Look at the way the beam's like taking up the screen. It's crazy. Now let's look at it in this game. Same super, both ultimate attacks. Usually goes around him as well a little bit. Both looked good, but I just still prefer DBFZ for some reason. And the way you use more meter to just push a little bit more. I mean, that's like more of a gameplay aspect, but it's cool. And let's see how they did my girl, Videl. This is her super. This is her ultimate attack in this game. I think Saiba, I mean, if you play the Saiyan, or just if you play Gohan, they have something similar. But it just looks so nice in this game. It just looks more exaggerated than it does. I'll show Gohan. All right, this is the same exact super.
And now it's time to finish this. Come, Videl, join me.
I'm on it.
I'm on it. Nice, they bounce between each other. Little impact frame. They look similar, but I think just DBFZ, man. Like, let me look at it again.
Get ready.
Both pick them up. Background scene changes, and the little heart. Like, it just feels like there's a little added more flair. I think UI looks terrible. The UI super in this game looks terrible. This is the UI Goku super in Sparking Zero. Have the same little eye. It has something similar to DBFZ. See, but like, I feel like, look at how small the beam is. I feel like it's lacking something. It has no build up to it, you know? I don't know. Like, it just does 1-2 punches. It's like 3 hits. So let's count it. 1. It's just that. And he just hits him with the beam. It has something similar, but the way this builds up, because it's like, it goes like, and then it goes, like, the way I sound stupid, but I promise you I'm explaining it correctly. Look at this. Hits him, okay, gets the 1 hit. Looks at that. Boom, boom. Knocks him up. The ice. 2 different angles on the and the beam. Look how fucking massive. If I had the HP bars on, it actually. Let me turn them on. I think I'm glazing. I don't know. I think I might be fucking glazing. Just pay attention to how much it takes. Like, it just breaks the UI. No pun intended. Look at the beam. Just goes through the HP bars. Holy shit. I prefer how FighterZ looks, but Sparking Zero doesn't look bad at all. And I think in conclusion, they both look good. But don't disrespect DBFZ. Come on now. Don't disrespect this game. It looks so good. But I can see why people would like Sparking Zero and say, but to say it, I think to say it looks better than DBFZ is a little crazy. But I think you can still I think you could say it looks good. But I'll respect your opinion if you think it looks a little better than DBFZ. Maybe I'll look a little bit lower. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's all from me. I'm getting off. We'll see you guys next video.